All right, y'all. We're continuing the series called The Greatest of Spoken Word, in which I break down and analyze some of the most viral poems on YouTube, pick apart the poetic devices and the techniques utilized in order to explain why it went viral in the first place. All right. Next up, we got Alex Dang. What kind of Asian are you? I can imagine this is a question that a lot of Asian American and Pacific Islanders are asked. Let's see where this goes. I'm really excited to see what this man's got. Let's get started.
So he said to me, "What kind of Asian are you?" And I said back, "Well, that's a loaded question. What kind of Asian do you expect me to be? Because anyway you slice that egg roll, I'm still pretty much whatever you want to see. I played many a Far East stereotype. Awkward math genius, cold and calculated kung fu expert, assistant to Dr. Jones, you crazy. You want me to drive? How so? I can give you Tokyo Drift, Jeremy Lin, Mario Kart, Tiger Woods, and blinker left on for about half a mile. I am the foremost expert on all things Asian. The Meiji era and the ban of the samurai, done. Confucianism versus Taoism, I'll give it to you with no slant. What's the difference between Asian stereotype 1 and 2? Well, let me tell you anything you want to know about my culture. Let me tell you in a Mulan-esque soliloquy of me staring in the mirror asking, who is that girl that I see? Let me tell you about Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee and how they're related by blood to me. Let me tell you about being so marginalized, it's to the point of I really can't believe that's Asian. Let me tell you about derogatory terms and origins of words such as chink and gook. Let me tell you about the struggle of Asian parents not knowing the language, so we ate pet food because it was cheaper. Let me tell you about the job of interpreter. When you're
Yo. Oh my God. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alex starts by sharing the common expectations people have of him due to stereotypes often promoted in pop culture and the media. Examples he gave are the awkward math genius, the kung fu master, the bad Asian driver, and the expert on all things Asian. Such narrow typecasting overlooks the complexity, the reality, and the individuality of each Asian American's identity. I've heard many immigrant stories share the difficulties that come with language barriers, but I've never heard something like this. Buying dog food because it is the cheapest option and you can't read what you've bought? That's tough. I have to wonder how often this has happened and what it must feel like when you realize what you've been eating the whole time. Yo, that's something right there. Man. All right. Now I gotta go back.
Marginalized, it's to the point of I really can't believe that's Asian. Let me tell you about derogatory terms and origins of words such as chink and gook. Let me tell you about the struggle of Asian parents not knowing the language, so we ate pet food because it was cheaper. Let me tell you about the job of interpreter. When you're still playing with Lego blocks but your English is already that much better than your guardians. Let me tell you about honor and dignity. Let me tell you about a society that projects us as nothing but the secondary role and never the leading man. Let me tell you all the things you don't want to know. Like how chink comes from the clanking of metal to railroad as the slaves built train tracks for this country to be connected. Like how the zipper head down the street is called that because of the way our heads split open when struck with assault weapons, or how jeeps ran over and left marks across corpses and someone clever thought that we were only good to unzip. Like how every time you lump an Asian person into one culture, it's systematically making us assimilate into an America we thought was better than our war-torn home, and every time you confuse me with some other nationality that I might share similar features to is stripping away my individuality, and I still feel the shame of being Asian, the heat and pious dedication of June 11th, 1963.
Let me take a quick moment to explain what I think he was referring to when he mentioned the heat and pious dedication on June 11th, 1963. On that day in Saigon, Vietnam, about 300 Buddhist monks held a protest against the South Vietnamese government. One of the monks, named Thich Quang Duc, burned himself alive during the protest, which many believe was meant to symbolize the government's suppression and eradication of Buddhist ideology in the nation. I've placed a link in the video description to a detailed article on the story.
The envy of blonde hair and blue eyes, and I still remember thinking where all the boys who looked like me on TV were. The broken words from my mother and father stage diving off of my tongue. The anger I felt when those kids thought I would get them sick, and I still feel the ash of the incense burn my hands when I prayed for my family. And I still remember thinking my skin was what I was worth, and I still feel the ironwork of my bones grow stronger with every train of thought that passes by. And I still feel pride, and I still feel heritage, and I still feel Chinese, and I still feel Vietnamese, and I still feel American, and I still feel.
Oh, man. Okay, so a few things I want to bring up. When he brought up the train of thought thing, that was some slick wordplay, because remember, he was talking about the transatlantic railroad not even moments ago.
And I still feel the ironwork of my bones grow stronger with every train of thought that passes by.
You see what I'm saying? That was clean. That was clean. Bro, this poem showed me so much. Like, I was hearing some stuff, I'm like, wait, that happened? Wait, that's where that comes from? You know what I'm saying? It's like, holy cow. Yo, this man out here teaching. He preaching. You feel me? Bro, there was something else he brought up. Let me go back and try to remember. Hold up.
Anger I felt when those kids thought I would get them sick, and I still feel the ash of the incense burn my hands when I prayed for.
All right, see, and that's another thing. This idea of Asians being disease carriers, that existed long before COVID, all right? It really blew up during COVID, don't get me wrong, but that narrative has existed for years. If you go back throughout American history, particularly in the 1900s, you'll see that was major propaganda that was being pushed to exclude Asian Americans from other minorities. You see what I'm saying? That whole idea, crazy, bro. I hate to see that idea gaining prominence again now that the pandemic occurred, you know? I hate that. I think the biggest reason why this poem went viral is because of how it artistically articulated the sentiments of a community that has expressed that their plights go unacknowledged by the general public. In fact, if you look at the comment section of the original video, you'll see that many viewers resonate with the poem for that reason. So definitely check it out. I've included the original video link in the description. Furthermore, the use of imagery associated with common stereotypes ensured that listeners could understand the ways in which America's perception of the Asian American and Pacific Islander community has been negatively warped as a result of their portrayal in pop culture and the media. Honestly though, even without the aforementioned reasons as to why this poem went viral, I think it could have done so strictly off of its educational value. The amount of things this man was spitting where I was like, dang, that actually happened, or, oh, that's the origin of that word, that's the origin of that word, for real? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty wild. That's insane, you know? And I think he was just really bringing to light a lot of things that were left in the dark for so long, you know? So I think that's another reason why it went viral. Anyway, Alex Dang, I don't know if you're ever gonna see this. Thank you so much for spitting that. That was some heavy truth right there. You know what I'm saying? That was some heavy truth, and I feel like I just be learning so much when I be doing these reactions. I be doing these reactions trying to teach y'all, and at the end of the day, I end up learning a lot myself. You see that? And I just find that amazing. So this is honestly an amazing experience. Thank you, Alex Dang, and yeah, I hope to see what else you got in the future. All right, deuces.